Welcome to Switch It Up. And today we have this little secret, like what we're doing today, right there.
We're gonna go learn some off-roading skills.
We are teaching you a secret that a lot of Bronco owners don't even know, that we've discovered that you can do once you buy a Bronco from a dealership.
Okay, but beyond the Broncos, it's still available for anybody that wants to go learn some basic off-roading skills.
That's true too. All right, we're gonna roll the intro and we're gonna show you something unique that you can learn if you're gonna do some off-roading skills.
But first, we're gonna pick up a friend. He's gonna help us record today.
Well, we don't have to pick him up very far. He's right there. He's just right there. He's hiding in the field. This is the magic of YouTube. Now we're rolling the intro. 10%. Oh gosh! I'm glad you're driving.
A man and a woman left their home to switch things up and go on the road. They didn't know where they would go, but it's gotta be better than staying home. They switched it up. They switched it up. Tell me when you're ready.
It's right there. So let's give you the setup. Welcome back from the intro, by the way. We are in New Hampshire, and we are attending something called Bronco Off-Roadeo. Hence the big old sign and the people showing up. A Bronco Off-Roadeo event is actually, it's not even an event. Is it an event? Would you consider this? I guess a training. Be a training?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's how you'd classify it. And that would be training how to go off-road, like Sheila shared earlier. A lot of times, a lot of us buy our vehicles, and Sheila doesn't like to be considered a pavement princess, but that's what terminology gets used when we get our 4x4s and we do our stuff in the cities. And whether you're, I had a huge F-150, which I loved my truck, but everyone called me a pavement princess because I had it all lifted and the nice tires, and gosh, I love that truck. Anyway, never really took it off-road because we never really wanted to damage our own vehicle. You wouldn't want to damage this, would you?
That's a dumb question.
There are no dumb questions, Sheila.
Oh, look at all the Bronco options up here, though.
That's right. So instead of using whatever vehicle you may own, a Jeep, a truck, a Bronco, you can use their vehicles, and they will teach you all the little gizmos and gadgets and buttons to go off-road. So that's the goal today, is to learn a lot of unique and awesome things and how to do it correctly without damaging a vehicle, because we want to go off-road this year and do some different stuff. All right, we're checked in, we're registered, we're getting ready to start.
I'm excited. It's like a whole beginning of a whole new journey, like learning more about just the technical skills required to go off-roading.
Yeah, it is kind of important to know how to dodge boulders, and I think it'll help because we can learn to communicate then, and if we go off-roading and then one of us is spotting each other.
Yep. And beautiful thing about Bronco Notion, though, is there's like 5 experiences, so you can change different terrains. So like today we're in New Hampshire, we're going out into boulders and up the mountain, and
so you're saying we're gonna maybe do more than one of these?
well, there's sand and there's speed and there's
all the things?
Moab and all the things.
All right, this might be something that you might be interested in, so tune in. I don't have any preconceived notion on what's getting ready to happen. I think
the cool thing is because you don't have to own a Bronco to come.
No.
And learn.
As a matter of fact, we're even having an event where we're having people come to one of our events and doing an off-road experience.
Yes, you could come do that with us.
All right, we're at a ski slopey thing is what they use for this in the summertime.
Is a ski slopey thing?
Yeah, it's slopey.
Let's go inside.
There's slopies. We got to start our orientation.
nobody representing the other side. Like,
That's important.
it's important. You gotta have both sides of the state.
So, based on the storms, we may encounter down trees, all kinds of fun stuff potentially out on trail today. We haven't been out yet, so we'll see. I'm going to start with kind of an overview of the day, what you can expect throughout the day.
Vehicle here. Jason mentioned this a little bit earlier, but what are the two most important elements that we're thinking about when we're trying to off-road? What are the most important pieces?
Safety. Safety.
You said clearance. Yeah, exactly, clearance. Perfect. What's the second?
Traction.
Traction, exactly. Traction and ground clearance. So I'm going to talk a little bit about ground clearance and really talk about the geometry of the Bronco. Front tire to the lowest point here on the front bumper. That is our approach angle. So what you'll notice here, it's the largest angle on our Bronco. So this is what allows us to get over rocks, but it's not the only thing that we need to consider. So the next one is the letter B. Anybody know? So breakover is measured from the middle of the front tire at a 45-degree angle to the center of the vehicle, and the same 45-degree angle from the center of the vehicle all the way to the center of the rear tire. That's our breakover angle. Does anybody know what the lowest hanging point on a Bronco 𝗧𝗏 is? It's an element of it. Which one is it? Who said it?
Differential?
Rear differential, exactly. It helps us out with that as drivers. The first are these black trim components that you see up here in the front. These are trail sights. So these trail sights serve two purposes. The first one is they actually line up with the front third of your front wheels. So if you ever wanted to know where your wheels are actually positioned as a driver, there's a really great reference point right here. This is also weight bearing. It can carry about 150 pounds. You can strap things onto it as well. This is our slalom agility. So we're going to move through the rocks here. We're going to move forward. We're going to make a right turn, and then we're going to try to split the difference here between Sam and Jason over here. Give us some practice. Past the first one. You already crossed over. Listen to your tree. No. Your tree is giving you instructions. No.
Okay, put on the brake.
From you, the good rule of thumb is wait till you're past the B pillar of the vehicle, which is right here, and then you start making your turn. If it's really tight and you're about a foot away or inches away from an obstacle, wait till it gets to the rear tire, then start turning, and you'll make your turn. Great job. Don't worry.
So this might be a place a new spotter would position themselves. The problem with this is as Toby comes forward, my instinct is going to be to go like this. Is this a good idea?
No.
Why not? Because I'm going to fall in the ditch and break my head. So, if you want to position yourself in a place where you can see everything, that's fine. If you need to reposition, you stop the vehicle, you turn, and you find a new spotting position. Do not walk backwards. I will get onto someone today for walking backwards, I almost guarantee you.
General guidance for off-road tips on learning hand signals, which is kind of important.
What do we think this means?
Stop.
Good. What do you think this means?
Slow down.
Yeah. What about this?
Go that way.
Yeah. Yeah, so here's where we run into a little bit of communication troubles, right? Because, you know, if I'm turning this way to Toby, that's left, right? But that's my right. But if I go this way, you know, it's Toby's right, my left. So what words we're going to be using today when we're telling you to turn in a specific direction is going to be driver and passenger. So driver, turn to the driver's side of the vehicle, and passenger to turn to the passenger.
Just like when we did the video with the boat and went through the training, this is the same type of thing. This is a good course.
Try and squeeze between this tree here and this fence post.
Release the brakes and don't touch anything. He's not going to touch the brakes. The only thing he's going to focus on is my instruction and just trying to steer within the boundaries of the trail right here. So as we're thinking about going downhill, we're thinking about traction, which means if we start riding our brakes, we might get into a situation where it starts to slip. And in that situation, the best thing to do is release your foot off the brake just a little bit until the wheel starts turning, and then you have your traction, then you can apply the brake a little bit again. So the way that we try to explain it is that you're trying to match the vehicle speed with the wheel speed. Make sense? So this is the engine controlling our speed. Now there is no fixed speed here. Your speed is going to be determined by how steep the slope actually is, but it should keep you to just a couple of miles per hour. Stop right there. Perfect. Nice job. How'd that feel?
Good.
Yeah? No brakes, right?
Nope. Tire pressure, it increases the size of the contact patch, the surface area where the tire is touching whatever thing it is rolling over. Makes that bigger, allowing for potentially more traction available. It also allows the tire to deform or conform to things that we're driving over. So as we're going through this little rock crawl, watch the tires start grabbing the rocks instead of bouncing off the rocks. If we were at 40 psi street pressure, we wouldn't get much conforming to the rocks, but by being at a lower tire pressure, we have more potential traction available to us. In off-roading, we actually like to put tires on rocks. Doing so gives us usually quite a bit of traction. Rocks are usually pretty sticky, but it also gives us clearance by lifting the vehicle up. So we are getting those two best things in off-roading, traction and clearance, by putting the vehicle on rocks. So let's see if we can get through this little section.
Little passenger, yep. More passenger, yep. And now give me driver, a little more driver, yep. More driver. And more driver if you can. Yep.
Nice and slow. Very slow. Oh. All right. This wheel is spinning, yes?
Yes.
Also, the front driver wheel is spinning. How much weight is on this tire?
None.
Almost none. The vehicle's very light back here. We're seeing lazy differentials doing lazy differential things. This is what they do, right? Sam talked about the fact that they're going to send power to wherever it's easiest to send power, and that's what they're doing here. So almost no traction here. That front tire is in a mud hole. Almost no traction there. So we have a few ways we could get out of this. One would be to back up. We could do that, but that's not that fun. So we're just trying to demonstrate functions of the vehicle. So we can also use a locking differential in this case. So we have two options available for our locking differential. We can pick either one of them in any order we want. We could lock the rear or we could lock the front. How many people think we should lock the rear? How many people think we should lock the front? How many people say turn on all the lights and send it? So in this particular case, if we lock the rear, the tendency of the vehicle, because the rear tires don't turn, is to push the vehicle straight forward the way the body is aimed. If we lock the front, the tendency is for the vehicle to go the way the front tires are aimed. In this case, we're about to run into a stump. We may actually hit the stump, we'll see. But we don't want to run into the stump, and if we go in the direction of the body, that is increasing the likelihood that we hit the stump. If we go in the direction of the front tires, we're kind of going away from the stump. So in this case, I want to lock the front differential. So I'm going to have you hit the second button up on the hero bar. Yep. very gently, seeing if we can move forward. Yep. Yep. And hold there for the control. So, just lock the front differential. Pull this through, not quite hitting the stump. We got really close, didn't hit it. So, let's all walk around to the next side over there as we get Rhonda situated for the next little adventure. How many people have never intentionally left the pavement? Okay, for those of you that have never intentionally left the pavement, once you get to about 15 degrees, your brain is going to start screaming at you to solve this problem. And the solution that your brain is going to come up with is going to be to steer up the hill where it's nice and flat. That's the exact wrong thing to do. Okay. If you steer up the hill, you are transferring even more weight to the downside of the vehicle, increasing the likelihood that the vehicle will actually tip over. What you want to do in off-camber or side tilt situations, number one, everything stays nice and smooth. No big steering inputs, no big throttle inputs, no big brake inputs. Smooth. Also, you want to keep the wheels straight. You're already on the side tilt. Keep it straight on the side tilt. If you actually feel the vehicle starting to flip over, you're going to steer down the hill and you're going to accelerate a little bit. If some part of the vehicle ends up down there, I want it to be the bumper. It's designed for bumping into things. The roof is not called a bumper. If I have to recover the vehicle, it is much easier for me to do that with it on four wheels than with it on no wheels. So, if you ever feel it actually starting to go down the hill, a little accelerator, but otherwise we're going to keep things nice and smooth and try to keep the wheels straight as we transition across the off-camber situation. A little bit. Little driver for me. Yep. Yep. Stay driver, don't turn passenger. Yep. Hold there, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're right.
How's that feel? So you are probably at about 18, 19 degrees, something like that is my guess. Like I said, for people who don't off-road a lot, your brain is going to scream at you to solve the problem, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yep. So Rhonda is also leaning in the vehicle. There may be times today where you are off camber, but you are not in rocks, you are in mud. If you steer up the hill in mud, you're going to win a very small victory, but you're going to pay a price for it. Because as you steer up the hill, you're going to gain some elevation, but eventually gravity is going to win, and you're going to slide back down the hill further than where you started out, getting closer to the obstacles that scared you and caused you to steer up the hill. So try to fight the urge to steer up the hill. Keep it nice and straight, keep things nice and smooth.
All right, more passenger. All right, and bring it back, driver.
Yep. On ORX is what we refer to as our articulation mounts. This is actually a phenomenon that will form itself out on trail. There'll be a little bit of a soft spot, somebody will stop, they'll go to take off, they'll get a little wheel spin, leaves a little hole. Anytime you hear or feel wheel spin today, your job isn't more throttle, your job is brakes. If you hear or feel wheel spin, you are costing yourself traction and clearance at the same time. The two most valuable things off-road. So you generally don't want to just be sitting there spinning wheels. So these happen to form out on our trails at about the wheelbase of a Bronco. We can't figure out what's causing it. But these are great examples of the lazy differential thing, kind of like we saw over there. We will get cross-axled here, and which will cause the differentials to do lazy differential things. So we're going to see how far we can make it. I'm going to have John come forward for me. Little driver again, and back passenger touch. Come on. All right, hold there. Wheel spin. Because this is a badlands, we do actually have suspension into the body roll. We want the suspension to articulate. We want traction. We get more traction with articulating suspension. So John, I'm going to have you hit the first button up there on the hero bar. That's going to be the stay bar disconnect. See the vehicle settle, right? That's that stay bar disconnecting, getting us more articulation and more traction. So John, I'm going to see if you can come forward now. So that got us just enough traction to get through that little situation. Nice and slow for me. And we're going to start turning. Yep. Nice and slow. Little faster for me. And a little driver. Coming forward. Forward very slow now. All right, and watch Daniel up there for me. All right, know any technology in the vehicle that can help us with tight turns. Trail turn assist, also known as donut mode. The way trail turn assist works is when you get to 80% of maximum steering input, it starts applying brakes on the rear tire on the inside of that turn. So, John, I'm going to have you hit the fourth button up on the hero bar, which is trail turn assist. Now, we didn't need it there, but had we had the rear locking differential on, when we hit the fourth button, it's going to turn off the rear locking differential. The two things are kind of incompatible. The rear locking differential makes sure that both rear wheels are spinning at the same speed. Trail turn assist applies brakes to one of the rear wheels, hoping that the other rear wheel will keep spinning. You can't have both of those at the same time, so clever engineer said, if this, not that. So you can't put it in a mode where it's going to try to eat itself. So, Daniel, you want to try to bring John through this little turn?
I'll do my best.
All right. And we're going to try to peek at the driver rear wheel as he comes through here.
Hold on. Watch my system. Okay, we're good? Okay. Thumbs up. Thank you. Okay, cool. Come forward, nice and slow.
And Daniel's going to have him get deeper into this turn than you normally would, because it is going to
Hard overhaul.
make a sharper turn, up to 40% reduction in turning radius.
All the way over. Come on. All right, come forward. Go ahead and get this out.
See the wheel starting to skid through there. So often, when the often throttle is applying the brake. So we can also see some damage being done to the trail because we are sliding the wheel through there. The way we talk about this feature is treat this feature like you are playing golf. If you're playing golf and you leave a big divot in the middle of the fairway, what should you do?
Fix it.
Fix it. If you are out on trail and you use this feature to dig a big rut out on the trail, what should you do?
Fill it in.
You should fix it, right? So there's a lot of controversy with these sorts of features in the off-roading world. But one of the ethics that we stick to is the concept of treading lightly, which we're going to talk about more later. But that means that you try not to damage the trail. A couple reasons. The first reason is, if you were to imagine yourself trying to climb that big orange rock, don't climb that rock, that's too big. But if you imagined you were trying to climb that rock, to get up that rock, you would need to use the accelerator. When you got to the top of that rock, you would need to use the brakes because you don't want to come down really fast, compressing your suspension, costing yourself clearance. So you want to come down really slowly with your foot on the brake. If you are just driving with your right foot, you have to very quickly transition from that accelerator over to the brake, hopefully gently, so again, you're not compressing that suspension. If instead of just using your right foot, you use your left foot, which was otherwise just sitting over on the dead pedal doing nothing, already applying a little brake pressure, it's very easy to transition between those 2 feet. This is a skill that takes some time and effort to actually get good at. You will figure out your left foot is much more clumsy than your right foot is because it's been just sitting over there on the dead pedal most of the time. So that's one reason we drive with 2 feet. But the other reason is it provides us with a solution to those lazy differentials. If there's a wheel that doesn't have a lot of traction, the differential doesn't know the difference in traction and brake pressure. So you can trick the differential into sending power from a spinning wheel into a wheel that has traction by applying some brake. So it's a kind of a poor man's differential locker in many cases. So we use our left foot a lot of times in off-roading for those 2 reasons. Ford recognized that this is a thing, and they recognized that not everybody is good at it, so they created some technology to use as a substitute for it. So Bryce, I'm going to have you shift to drive for me, and you're going to reach down on the center of the transfer case selector. There's a button that looks like the side view of a Bronco going over some terrain. Hit that button for me. And up on the dash, it's going to say something about trail control, 1 pedal drive, bunch of words. But most importantly, what I look for here is there's a green icon that looks like a shoe pressing a board. That means you're in single pedal drive. What single pedal drive does is it makes the accelerator both the gas and the brakes. So Bryce, I'm going to have you take your foot completely off the brake. The vehicle didn't go anywhere. That's because the accelerator is now the brake. As we start to depress the accelerator, we're going to get less brakes and more engine RPM. The further we depress it, the less brakes we get, the more engine RPM we get. If we take our foot very quickly off the accelerator, we're going to get brakes very quickly. If we take our foot very gently off the accelerator, we're going to get brakes very gently. So, Bryce, I'm going to have you start to apply some pressure to the accelerator. And you have to push the accelerator further than what you feel like you should. It's going to feel like you're driving around with the brakes on, because you're driving around with the brakes on. A little bit. A little more. Yep. And now back driver for me, please. Yep. Keep going, please. And hold there for me, Bryce. Foot on the brake, please. So this is a really cool feature. When I first heard about this, I was like, eh. But having used it, it's a pretty cool feature. It is really handy. Now, I don't love this feature for going down hills. Everything in my driving history tells me that when I'm going down a hill, if I start going too fast, to mash the thing. If the thing that I mash is the accelerator, I have sent it down the hill. I probably didn't want to do that. So I don't love this feature for going downhill.
So question, all of the Broncos we're taking today are stock Broncos.
So we get them from Ford, we put stickers on them, we let air out of the tires.
Okay, that's a very key thing for this, what we're doing today. Because I don't know, just that little training course was pretty impressive, and
Yep.
I know we're going to do some more impressive things with them. So in comparison, to say another off-road brand, which we won't name, the question comes into play where you have all the different bells and whistles. It seems to me, no matter what Bronco you choose to purchase, a lot of these have standard things, but a lot of what you're teaching applies for just off-road basics in general.
Yeah, so our attitude is we try to teach technique before technology.
Right.
So that no matter how many buttons you have or any of that sort of stuff, you know that your Bronco is very capable in stock form, and there's not a lot you have to do to change it.
Okay. I saw a Bronco Sport go by. You don't take that on these trails, do you?
Right.
Not on the trails we're getting ready to do.
Not on the same exact trails, but the Sports are incredibly capable. The big difference between them and the Bronco is just
clearance.
ground clearance.
Yeah.
They're 8.8 in the Badlands, and the Sasquatch Bronco is 11.6, but their all-wheel drive system is incredibly capable.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So that's good to know.
Spray and or sunblock. Feel free to use it. If you need that stuff, the lead vehicles have it as well. Please don't use it in the vehicle. You would think we don't have to say that. We have evidence that we have to say that.
The back of this group. Yes. Yeah.
So we have chosen our Bronco for today. Black Diamond Sasquatch package. Guess we'll see how that all goes. Sheila's gonna drive first, and we're gonna see all the things we just learned this morning to see what the trail ride's like here in New Hampshire. Now, we do have some special guests for this wonderful experience. Let me introduce you to our special guests. Ed, who you saw this morning standing in a field. Ed's actually helping create our app. So if you have not downloaded our app, you should do that, right, Ed?
Yes, you should.
You should support Ed because he's put a lot of hard work into our app. And things like this might actually show up on the app in the future.
Right.
You just don't know. Next special guest, this happens to be Scott. Scott is on behalf of Bronco Nation representing today, hence the Bronco. Bronco Nation is a group or a community of Bronco owners, and they have a lot of different special things that you do with it, right?
Yeah,
Can you
absolutely.
explain Bronco Nation to everyone?
Sure.
In a nutshell.
Absolutely. It's a place where you can communicate with other Bronco owners, find out what they're doing, learn about your Bronco, and shop, because we have a gear store.
And you happen to help with the gear store.
I do.
Oh, special plug today.
There happens to be some good stuff in there.
Yeah, that's where Sheila, you've got some of the things for the Bronco that we have.
We've got some ideas of things that we need to outfit on our Bronco.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we're talking about some overlanding stuff. We had a nice little dinner last night, so we'll see how that
You
comes
never
into
know
play. You never
what
know.
we come up
That's why
with.
you should download the app, right, Ed?
That's right.
It's all full circle. It's like a Seinfeld episode.
So, yes, we're heading out on the trails, so we're looking forward to seeing how it goes. Sheila is driving. Are you excited about driving first?
I am excited to learn all the things that I don't know. It's kind of like an iPhone. Your phone does more than you know it can do. I think my Bronco can do more than I know it can do.
I think just the front part of this, all of the training on just the know-how of going off-roading is a big deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you were taking notes. She was like, I got video of her like on the ground, studying. She's a personality, so she wants to know all the details.
Well, the hard thing that I think what's going to be difficult is you take off-roading, seems like everything that is counterintuitive for driving is reversed and not what you do when you're off-roading.
And I think what I'm surprised at, all these Broncos that are here that they take out all the time, no, I was thinking they'd all have scratches and
They
big
look pretty
dings.
good.
They look pretty good. So that means, would you, after end of today, the question will be, will she take our personal Bronco off-road to do the things we're getting ready to do?
We might need some stuff from the gear store.
There you go.
It all full circled, right, Ed?
It did.
You ready?
I think so. Until my wheels leave the ground. Not so sure about that.
It should be an interesting thing.
All right, everybody. So we're going to be getting going here in just a few seconds here.
We are
So
switch.
I want to go ahead and do a little radio check. So in front of you, on your right, as the driver, you're going to have the hero bar, right? Now up on that hero bar, you're going to have a bunch of different options. The closest one to you, if you were in a badlands, is going to be a stay bar disconnect switch.
Yeah, you don't have to stay bar.
Now, the second two after that are going to be your locking front and rear differentials. And if you just so happen to be in a black diamond or a wild track and there's nothing there, you've got a nice little sauce holder. So anytime you go to a Wendy's or a Chick-fil-A or anything like that, you got a good spot to put your condiments when you're out on the trail. But so what I need everybody to do, I need everybody to go ahead and hit the last button on their hero bar. That's going to be the hazard switch. All right, perfect. You can go ahead and shut that off now. And right all the way in the back, our tail gunner today is going to be switch.
As in Lilo and Switch?
Switch it up.
Eagle here. Eddie and Bauer is the best name you can come up with.
The smack talking already started. We don't even know these people.
Hey, whoa, I didn't know this was going to be a little roast. Do we need to stop to get into 4A? No, so when you are shifting on the fly...
So,
So these trails that we're on today, these are a town trail system. So this is actually owned by the county here. And we are the only motorized vehicles, aside from the gunstock crew, that are allowed to be on these trails.
Nice.
So since these are mixed-use trails, one thing we want to keep in mind is that we are going to be passing pedestrians walking on the road.
We're not done with basically this next hour and a half, is that what you said, Scott? Is
Yeah,
more
it's about an
training.
hour and a half.
Is more kind of like training before the afternoon. So after lunch, then we get into like really big stuff.
So as we're going onto this trail here, go ahead and press the 4H button.
Oh wow, this ought to be fun.
And that is going to make the vehicle a little bit more comfortable as we're going over all of these bumps and ruts today.
Problem. We chose a vehicle without a front camera, and I cannot see. When we
Oh, I didn't have a camera yesterday.
Oh my
That's why
gosh.
you have guides.
Yeah, you just, in fact,
Our Bronco has the camera assist all the way
camera
around.
all
Yeah.
the way.
you're
I
gonna...
guess Ed's become my new spot. Will be our new spotter when I go out on the trail. trails.
He becomes the new.
He doesn't have to do it in a costume.
Oh, look
I
at
don't
that.
know,
This
what
is
do you
pretty.
think?
Alright, so as you're coming over these bumps here, I want to remind you guys of the saying that we have in off-roading, which is as slow as possible, but as fast as necessary.
That wasn't bad.
Well, it isn't I-80.
That's a steep hill climb.
What is it?
Skitter.
Slow as pro and fast as furious.
No,
Is that
no,
how it
no,
goes?
no, not fast.
Be sure to pull on up close to the Bronco in front of you once we come up the hill.
This is
We
called
want to go ahead
skitter.
and try to make some extra
Our
room
first
for
hill.
all of us.
Bad part about
Alright,
video,
so
you just
coming
can't
up at our next
capture it.
obstacle is going to be a couple of mud puddles. So there is not much risk of getting stuck in these mud puddles, so try and make sure you go nice.
Stay seated at all times. And enjoy your snacks.
Obviously, you all can see we switched drivers, and Todd needed a snack. Like, it's not been that
This is
long.
not hard. This is the easy part of the trail. You guys aren't complaining yet.
We just started moving, so there's still time. What are you eating?
Pineapple.
Huh.
Remember not to cross your hands is a hard thing. It's so pretty. I'd do way more hikes if I didn't have to walk.
Then it's no longer called a hike.
I'm a Toys R Us kid.
And passenger. A little bit more. A little more passenger. Keep going.
He blends in with the trees so well in those colors.
All right. How's it going?
I'm just enjoying my drive to the grocery store.
It looks like a hiking trail.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious right now? It's not beeping at me. Oh gosh. Just the two of us.
Gosh, this is pretty. It'd
You-
make a great hike.
Sheila, I can't really look right now.
Man, you're kind of an intense individual.
I got places to be, people.
We're getting some milk.
It's like traffic.
Yeah, this I would count as a hiking trail.
Training part 2 complete. Now we're gonna go up a gondola, sit up top, eat, and then the real off-roading begins. It's a great experience so far. It really is beautiful. Again, it doesn't even give it justice. The question is, Sheila's been asked by Ed, would you take our Bronco on everything that we've done so far?
So far, probably.
There was a couple really sketchy places.
But I think so far, yes. I'm concerned about this afternoons.
That will be the test.
Yeah.
Ed said if he had a Bronco, he'd
We could just ride with him.
Yeah, he would. He'd take he'd do it.
Done so far, I would.
I would do everything so far, but I don't know about this afternoon. We'll see.
Before doing this, I don't think we would have. I don't think education-wise we needed some good background.
I'm just thinking cleanliness-wise and not getting scratches.
Oh.
That's where my brain's at. But so far, I can clean all of that off. I hold the camera still. Could you help me out?
I'd try it.
A little bit more, driver. Yep. Nice.
Car lengths between you and the Bronco in front of you.
Okay, so we switched drivers, right? So Ed's first time. Ed gets in, puts one hand on the steering wheel like he's getting ready to just do driving traffic. He's like, all right, I'm ready. Okay, we'll just see how he does.
Nervous.
You're not nervous. You nervous singing when you do this?
I don't.
Oh. Crazy part is, we're 17.
Not quite as rocky as this.
18% angle. Oh gosh! I'm glad you're driving. It's like it's 22. I'm glad we switched drivers.
We're good.
You're doing great, Ed. You're doing good.
Just let the vehicle do it.
You just let it. Yeah, that's right.
Sliding down the rocks, but we're going to call it off-roading.
And John, could you go ahead and pull forward on the left of that trail there?
It is amazing, though, how good this does. Oh!
And everybody else go on ahead and pull up after John.
Yeah, we don't want to
He's trying
bunch up.
to give you room for him to guide you down.
And you can stop right about there, John.
Oh, now he's going to guide you.
It's like we're going to let the car do what it needs to do. Just roll down.
Nice. Nice work.
Why is she doing this? Don't. Sheila went on a mushroom hunt in the middle of our... Sheila! Get back in the Bronco!
Right. So, for goat modes, we're going to go ahead and mess around with mud and ruts.
Mud and ruts.
So we're going to do that by spinning our goat dial until we see mud and ruts. Mud and ruts mode, while we're in it,
What do you
our
have?
rear locking differential just turned on.
How do you know those are edible?
I don't.
Now, we don't really need that where we're going.
We're
so you
not
go
gonna
ahead
do
and turn
mushroom.
off that
Look,
rear
Sheila, those
locking
could be
differential.
deadly.
I have a vegetarian friend that she
But
has an app
just
and
pay
she'll look
attention
and
to
see if she
how
can
the
eat them or
vehicle
not.
drives in
Don't
this
lick your
mode.
fingers
Pay
right
attention
now.
to how the
Until we
throttle
know.
feels. Pay attention to how it shifts.
This is the most
And this
intently.
is the part that you have to
I
teach
was
us.
listening.
He was listening. You were getting mushrooms.
He's gonna have to teach me what the Bronco can do. Here, this is the 𝐿𝐸𝐵𝐺𝐻 all the way around.
We are in
What mode are we in?
We're in goat mode.
goat mode.
Mud and ruts.
Mud and ruts.
And it went to, well, it went into 4 high.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't go down into M1?
No, not from mud and ruts.
Oh gosh.
Oy. Just letting the vehicle do its thing.
Off-road use only, it does say. This is intense. Like, this is vertical. This is impressive. Like, super impressive. Okay, Sheila. Here you go. She's gonna have to she's gonna have to go up.
I'm not sure if you can see how steep this is, because Todd's clear up there. I still gotta walk down to get the Bronco to drive it up. I think the thing that this has just really helped with is to really understand the capability of the vehicle that we've purchased. So if you have a Bronco or are thinking about getting a Bronco, one experience is included in the purchase. You get to come. So it just helps you understand what your vehicle is capable of, gives you some confidence into doing what it really what it was designed to do. But anyway, look at that. Here comes the next crew that we're gonna travel up this hill.
We can walk down this. We can certainly drive up.
Surely. It's better than trying to hike up it one more time, right?
Well, walking down is tough on the toes.
Yes, it is. It's quite the steep angle. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Golly. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I just had the rear. But
Yeah.
now for this, he said to turn them on both.
Both
of them on.
differentials, but you enjoyed that.
I did.
All right. She did great.
You might get.
Some drivers?
You might be out of the. You might not have to hike as much.
I know, we could do this
If we
instead of
can-
hiking.
Yeah, it's the same.
A little passenger.
This is fun.
Just maybe a little
A
wider.
little more passenger.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta get ready.
And a little bit more passenger. Keep going. Yep, perfect. Back passenger. Perfect. All right, and a little bit driver, more driver. Keep it going.
All right, so some people are already plotting. This is what we like to call Dan's Rock. So here at Dan's Rock, we're gonna let you spot. So I will be here to hold your hand the whole way through. So if there's any point where you don't feel super comfortable with it, I can give you a little bit of help and I can give you some guidance on how to get through this. So there are 3 main ways that we get through Dan's Rock here. And I'm gonna let you guys find out what those are. Now you can choose either the driver, the passenger, one of the passengers can be the spotter if they want to be, or you could enlist the help of another Bronco driver to guide you. It's all up to you.
Go, 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 no, go, go, no, go, 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 go.
I think I might recruit a different driver. Oh, yeah. We can do that.
So think it out. How do you want to position the front of the Bronco? How do you want to position the rear of the Bronco? Where do you want everything to be? Kind of try to picture everything.
Be one with the rock.
Be one with Dan's rock. This too could be your rock.
Which one of these is Dan's rock? So we
I
just know.
we would turn this way.
Yeah, and then come
And then
this.
cup. But that rock right there, where he's standing on,
You gotta
would
go
be
that way.
with what?
So you come around this rock
You
and go that way.
It's definitely an option, yeah.
Because I see people on that tire right there. They've went
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah, you can go that way.
But then you gotta
So you can hit that tree.
If you see white kind of chalk
Oh
marks
yeah, I saw
on the
'em.
rocks, yeah, exactly.
Is that?
That's breaking things.
That's something scratched.
Something
So
scratched.
I'm thinking we would be better to go that way and then that way.
I'd say
You can
that's.
give it a try, yeah.
I think that's the majority.
I don't know.
You know what's fun?
John's
We're at the end.
Yeah.
So
The lesson learned here is we're gonna watch those people try to go this way past us, which that ain't gonna happen. The lesson in this is be like third or fourth in line. That way you can see other people mess up. And then don't do what they do. Okay, here comes Sheila. Wish us luck. Okay, we're gonna go, so we're gonna go driver to pass this rock, okay? We're gonna come forward.
I don't see the rock you're talking
I know, just telling you the plan. We're gonna come forward and then we're gonna try to use that back wheel to go up and over just like we watched. Okay, driver, a little more, a little more, a little more. Keep coming. Okay. We're gonna keep that angle, keep coming. Keep that angle, keep coming. Okay, now we're going to turn driver more.
Are we?
Hold on, let me check. Oh man, you got to back up just a tad. Because we've got to straight. Okay, good. One more. Good. Driver. We're going to try to go up this ramp. Wait.
I had my shot.
You did have your shot. All right, let's go.
Drive.
Try drive. Don't slide off. Come on. Yeah, that's a good angle. Come on now. Give it some gas. Man, lock it. Yeah, you're gonna have to go back. All right, now we should be able to go up and over. Keep going. Oh, we got it. Go. Okay. Hold.
He's a little.
Okay. Ready to go a little driver?
You're on 3 rocks.
Whoa. Okay. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Passenger. Slow. Little more driver. Driver. A little more. And forward. Good. All right. All right.
I'm so proud right now. I can't even believe it.
That worked out all right.
Okay, how was it?
It was fun.
It worked out all right.
Yeah. We did
It's
great.
it's surprising how much.
The idea of learning what this is capable of
makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Because there is no way I ever would have thought.
That we could have
Went over
they'd
that
never make
rocks.
it through something like that. Yeah.
These are stock. That's the craziest part to me.
Just right off the factory.
Now, switch in the back there. What was your favorite part of the day?
Learning all that Bronco Nation can do for us. No, I would say we echo a lot of the sentiment of learning everything that can be done, but giving us the confidence that we can go out and do this on a weekend, just Sheila and I, and experiencing a lot of stuff on the road. I think the confidence part now of everything. Would you echo that?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's scary, you know, when you've never done something before, you know, you're just starting to get into it. This is the whole point of our exercise here, you know, it's supposed to be for people who have off-roaded for a lot of their lives, but also for people who have never off-roaded before. And it's really great to hear that we can help people gain the confidence that they need to feel like they can actually go off-road and be okay, you know, make it out there, know what to look for, know what nice, not nice rocks look like. It's great to hear.
You're gonna touch those mushrooms? What kind of mushroom is that, you think?
It's a really dirty one now.
What is it, Sheila? Do you know?
I don't know, but I did see some golden morels out there.
Head and pull nose in. So we're going to have John park to the right after this circular concrete slab here.
This was a very unique video. We kind of broke it down into different segments. One, if you are going to a Bronco Off-Roadeo, it's not just about Broncos, it's about, like, there's somebody here, it's in a Jeep.
And there's a Jeep right there.
And there's somebody here in a truck. It's about learning the off-road basics, which I thought was an amazing class.
Yeah, without the technology of the Bronco, just learning the skill set.
Right.
And then we moved into using the technology that exists to help you.
Right. Which there's so much built in that we didn't realize that our Wild Tracks does. So it was amazing to learn.
Leaving with some confidence. And even if you don't off-road or you don't have a Bronco, it was just fun. Like,
it was a good experience.
If you just want to get a taste of what off-roading would be, this is definitely the way to do that.
And there's so many levels that are happening right now. Like, would a Bronco be great for RV life?
Right.
Yes, absolutely. It allows. We were looking forward to a Bronco this year because we wanted to go off and do different excursions because our Ram couldn't do that.
Right.
And so it's worked out really well for us. And now we just got a taste of this.
You know, our even more openings of the mind of what we can do.
So then you come here and look at this. Look what's right behind us. Look what they're doing. Okay, so they've been, I think they said something like Virginia.
They went from Virginia up to Alaska, then back over down to New Hampshire.
And they've been doing this.
Bless their hearts.
We've been thinking about doing something off-road and doing some overlanding. So
but
now,
not for 3 months.
No, not for months. Not leaving our. But this gives us options. This gives us ideas.
It does. That's kind of what it's all about, right? Having options to go do different adventures, different places. So the RV life just kind of got us on the road, and then it just opened your eyes to all the things that we can do.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun. It's been an amazing day.
A fabulous day.
I really hate to break it to my Bronco, but I think it's gonna have to start seeing some rocks.
More mud and rocks.
Yeah.
Get ready for some adventures. Like, comment, subscribe if you like and do that. This isn't the normal video we normally do, but it is part of living and going out and seeing the things. There's 5 of these in the United States that you can do.
I would say that it is kind of what we do, because we just go out on adventures.
Yeah,
so,
everywhere.
I mean, we went out on a boat, and we went out on
that's true. Yeah, our content isn't always about the RV.
No,
it's always
mainly never about the RV. It's always about what we're going out
So
and
thanks,
seeing.
thanks for tuning in today. Truly appreciate it. I can't wait to see what our next adventure is going to be.
Well, yes.
If you want,
You should just come along and join us because we always have a great time.
look on our website for like our events and where we're going to be, because there's a little Easter egg that you might be seeing. Maybe one of these pop up in an event, and you can come with us and experience something like this in another part of the United States.
That sounds like a good idea.
That's an Easter egg.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to end on that. We're out.